Good morning, Raiders. I'm Christian Sanchez.
And I'm Amaya Mejia, and welcome to the first episode of Raider305 for the 2025 school year.
That's right, and I hope you guys get used to seeing us because we're here to stay.
We're so excited to be bringing you stories all year long.
To kick off our show, the new athletic center opens here at Gulliver and has transformed our campus.
And so one thing that I think is really cool about our new buildings is that they reflect kind of what a college would look like.
Next, the phone policy has reshaped how students socialize around campus, creating a new sense of connection.
That people would talk to each other more face to face, definitely work.
And after that, I'll give you a call about the numbers behind this policy. Teens are obsessed with their phones.
Sit tight because we have all these stories and more on Raider305. Chris, have you seen the new gym?
Yeah, Maya. 1 month ago, Gulliver unveiled the new athletic center, and ever since then, it's been a hub of activity.
Sophia Franco takes us there.
The opening of the new athletic building completes Phase 3 of Gulliver's 2026 transformation.
The first time I walked in, I was just really amazed of how big it was. That and just the size of the weight room, the indoor track, just how open it is. We've been in the Blue Dungeon so long, it's our home, but it was very, the dungeon. And this place is almost the opposite.
The size of this new gym will give better opportunities for student athletes at Gulliver.
As a volleyball player, being in this career for around 7 years, it's definitely a huge opportunity since we've never been able to have massive games here, as people don't really want to come to our gym. But now this opportunity will open up the doors for many new generations to come to have massive games and massive team spirit.
And these new opportunities come from the vision behind the new athletic facility.
And so one thing that I think is really cool about our new buildings is that they reflect kind of what a college would look like. I just think it's going to be a wonderful place where all of us can actually fit. We're going to rally as a community, whether it's around sports and the basketball team or the volleyball team or the other programs that, participate in this gym specifically and celebrate just the brilliance of our community.
And the opening of this new building doesn't just excite current high schoolers.
I'm really excited to, when I get to high school, be able to use all the facilities, be able to work out, make new friends in here, and just have a better learning experience.
With the opening of the new athletic center, students will be able to learn, grow, and strengthen their skills to help build better futures. For Raider Vision, I'm Sophia Franco reporting.
Wow, I really got to get a lift in there. Next, we learn the reason behind the phone-free approach to this school year. Elisa Sr. has a story.
Walk around a high school campus today, and what do you see? Students consumed by their phones. But this year at Gulliver Prep, students are disconnecting for a chance to reconnect with each other. Using locked pouches from Yonder, phones are stored for the entire school day, and the administration believes that this is the best approach.
I just began to notice how distracted young people seem to be by their phones. And I remember growing up and even in my early years and teaching in schools how great it was when kids would just have the chance to interact with each other. And so it really just felt like the phones were getting in the way of that.
And in the beginning, some students resisted this change.
So I was a bit mad at first, but after a couple weeks went by, I actually started to see its benefits.
The policy was rolled out back in July, when administration sent an email to the entire school stating phones must be turned off and locked into Yonder pouches before students walk into their first class of the day. After reading this, some teachers became concerned with how this would impact teaching time in the classroom.
One of my initial concerns, or the only concern, was logistically, how is this going to impact our time in the classroom? Are we going to need to dedicate time to deal with the pouches, lock them up, whatever it was? But to Gulliver's credit, they've done a great job at rolling it all out.
Experts believe that policies like these can help improve the mental health of teens.
A few hours of ban while you're in school to allow you to just focus on school and to allow you to bond with your friends and find other creative ways of interacting is beneficial.
Now, after a few weeks of being in this phone-free bubble, students are starting to see the benefits.
I think the point of it, that like people would talk to each other more face to face, like definitely worked. I see people being on their phone less. I see people talking to each other more.
I've loved people just in our common spaces, just kind of hanging out and being together. I've seen tables of people working together, or I just think what I've seen is a little bit more human contact. And what I hope is that we've also removed some of the anxiety that people feel about having to check their phone constantly.
Only time will tell how this policy truly affects our campus community. But for now, it seems like people are enjoying a little more real FaceTime. For Raider Vision, I'm Elisa Sr. reporting.
Thanks, Elisa. After about a month with this policy, I've noticed we've really locked into the school year. After the break, Chris dives into the data behind this change, and it may surprise you. Stay with us. Update your daily wardrobe at the Gulliver Spirit Store, open from 8:30 to 4:30 every school day.
Now that we've heard from the community on this policy, it's time to scroll through the stats. Here's my report.
I gotta get ready for school. All right, I think I'm all good for school. Oh, sorry, forgot to put my phone away. I've honestly been really liking the new no phone policy. But now that I think about it, is this new policy really creating better school communities? Let's start with the obvious. Teens are obsessed with their phones.
Quiet down.
Sorry. According to Common Sense Media, over 97% of teens use their phones during school, which leads to constant distractions.
And think about this. It may just take you 10 seconds to send a thumbs up emoji, while it takes your brain a full 20 minutes to refocus and lock back in what you were learning. Without phones, students can avoid distractions and boost their learning efficiency, which can enhance the classroom environment and community. On the other hand, phones allow students to keep in touch with their parents, offering constant reassurance about their safety. The NCS reports that over 29 million students fear for their safety at school. Whew, got my phone back and I'm going home. So whether it be physical fights or school shootings, students need to feel secure at school, and parents need to know that their babies are safe. But events like these don't happen often, as schools have various measures in place to protect their students. So as long as they are safe, this new phone policy will create a better community at all schools. For Raider Vision, I'm Christian Sanchez, reporting.
The school year has been full of new beginnings.
That's right, Amaya. From new buildings to a renewed focus on what's important, these things have really given our school a new look.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time
on Raider305.